here is where we start, Robbie, because I'd like your opinion on Steven Gerrard. We just saw him arrive there at Villa Park. It's his first job in English football. He's had some time now, and he's spent some money, as I said at the top of the show. How are you assessing the challenges he's facing and how well he's dealing with them?
OK. Just OK. And I think we all expected a little bit more than OK. 14th last season, OK. And we have to understand that he's going to be learning on the job. He just is. I mean, Rangers did a great job there, north of the border in England, of course, up in Scotland. But it's a whole different level. Now, of course, he ticks so many boxes of what somebody might want from a manager. Obviously, the playing career is exemplary. The experience that he's had in the game, just the way he carries himself. I think he's very smart, very, very good in press conferences. But there's two boxes that he hasn't ticked yet, and we don't know yet. It's man management at this level, with these kind of star players earning this sort of money, and tactical side of things. And, you know, you'd think by now that we'd see a real settled team, which we haven't. We're still seeing quite a few changes to that. We still got to see him get the best out of his players. He's got a good squad of players. He spent money. You know, and we still, I don't know whether there's some of the parts. It's not, you know, there's not a synergy right now with this group, and that does come down to the manager. But again, for me, there's so many boxes that are ticked. Patience, let's see what he does. And he's a young manager, but, like, it's a big club with ambition, and you expect, maybe I expected Rob a little bit more.
I mean, learning on the job, he's growing on the job. And for a club of the size of Aston Villa and the money spent, it's interesting that they've chosen a manager without the experience who has to literally learn day by day.
A young manager with great potential. Robbie's talked about the playing career, what he's done at Rangers. We've got a 30-game body of work in the Premier League, Rebecca. He's lost more games than he's won so far. Steven Gerrard has got a good group of players. What he hasn't got at the moment is a good team. And the questions of how he makes that team, and Robbie hits on some point, the man management, the know-how, the dealing with players, the keeping players on side, whether they're in and out the team. There's a couple of instances this season. Tyrone Mings took the captaincy off him, dropped him, brought him back in the side. You know, there's the situation with Coutinho was in the team, then out. And these are the kind of things that Steven Gerrard's got to kind of learn, as Robbie says, on the job. It's really interesting because he faces a man today, David Moyes, on the other side, who, you know, the fresh-faced Steven Gerrard could do with a wrinkle or two of David Moyes, because the wrinkles are your know-how, your experience, your problem-solving, your understanding of situations. And I just think that Stevie needs to learn those things. He is going to learn on the job. But I think we all believe there's a good coach in there just waiting to come out.
Well, you mentioned David Moyes. He is at the other end of the spectrum. He has learnt. He is experienced. He has that know-how. What he is now trying to do, and he's made it perfectly plain this week, is he's trying to take West Ham United to the next level. They tried to get Darwin Núñez in January, Rafinha, Calvin Phillips, lost all of them to bigger clubs. He has, though, agreed a fee for Lucas Paqueta, the Brazilian international who's coming in from Lyon, for a club record fee of more than $60 million. So is that the kind of signing that you think can take West Ham to the next level?
Yes. Yes, and that's what it's going to take. You know, they've done such a brilliant job, and David Moyes done such a great job at this club to get them to this point, 7th in the Premier League, in this stadium, with his supporters there. It's a big, big football club, and I love the ambition that he's outlined, and the club's ambition to try and take them into that top 6 group, which is incredibly hard to get into. A manager that, I got to say, was the perfect guy at the perfect club at the right time. There's still always a doubt in me, and I feel bad about it. I still feel like West Ham fantasise about something more fancy or more sexy in terms of a manager. But we've been here before with Manuel Pellegrini, the football that he played, didn't work out. Moyes comes back in and does a brilliant, brilliant job. He's earned the respect, he's earned the time to take him, or to try and take him into the top 6. I just don't know. Sometimes I think maybe the Everton experience where it got a little old at Everton, and is there a plateau with what he can do at a club?
I think that's what we tend to do with David Moyes, and I don't like it, Rebecca. 6th and 7th finishes in the last 2 seasons. New respect about this football club. You know what you're going to get now. He deserves the opportunity, and he's bright enough. He's smart enough to surround himself with good coaches. He's bright enough to take on all the new things that are coming into the game. He might not have some of the new fashionable speaker that we hear from some of the young coaches, but David Moyes, every wrinkle on that face is a day that he's been in the trenches. He's been working with his teams, and I just like the way that this guy said in his press conference, I don't lose 3 games on the spin. That's not what David Moyes does, and I guarantee you this West Ham team will be up for it today.
Well, he has so far this season. 3 defeats and no goals. Hi there, I'm Rebecca Lowe, studio host for NBC's coverage of the Premier League. Don't forget to hit subscribe to watch more videos all season long. For even more Premier League content, from original series to live matches, head over to Peacock and be sure to tune in for Premier League mornings every weekend on USA Network and on Peacock. We will see you over there.